Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you about our newest sponsor, GFL. That's Green for Life. If you're looking for that dumpster or that roll-off or that piece of equipment that's going to get that debris away from your job site, or just keep things handy around and clean around that big business that you have, GFL wants to be your partner. They want to service you, and they want to take care of you. Locations in Knoxville and Morristown, and you can call them today at 865-475-7777, 865-475-7777. Dean Kings joins me today to tell us about a special offer for Rick's House listeners. Dean.
Yeah, Rick, if they mention that they've heard about us on your show or any kind of thing affiliated with your show, we're going to waive our delivery fee for any roll-off box.
And how much is that,
brother? That's a $75 savings.
$75 savings right off the bat. So if you're looking for that dumpster or that open-top roll-off, GFL is the company that's got them for you. They want to take care of you, they want to service you, and they do a great job for us. GFL, call them today, 865-475-7777, and mention that you heard them on Rick's House.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Hopper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Got a question? Rick's got the answers for all your home improvement questions. It's Rick's House. Home improvement advice done right.
Permachink Systems, protecting wood for a long, long time. Not only protecting it, but beautifying it, helping it when it's decayed, working with log home people, and also working with homeowners. They have a store on Prosser Road in Knoxville at 1605 Prosser Road at 800-548-3554, or a store in Sevierville, 1357 Dolly Parton Parkway, 865-774-3307. 865-774-3307. Let me tell you what you're going to learn when you get there. Things I didn't know about. How about the Woodsman line of smooth log caulk? The other day I was looking for something that matched wood trim. I only had two choices. Not with Permachink: pine, honey, tan, cedar tone, brown, and gray. E-wood, epoxy wood putty that really works. Putty that will harden and become just like the wood itself, maybe even better. If you're missing sections of your windowsills or frames or furniture or any wood structure, this is the product for you. But maybe it's something smaller. How about epoxy wood paste? Contact PCS today. Call Permachink Systems today. Toll free 800-548-3554 or at the Sevierville store, 865-774-3307, and find out how to make wood better. Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, and let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690, 865-599-1690.
Waking up between you and Mama every Saturday morning. Lord, it must be a big old bed. You're listening to Rick's House.
Hey, y'all, this is Kix Brooks, and you are listening to Rick's House, everything you need to know about home improvement. Here comes Rick.
Oh, well, it's Rick's House. If you got a question, He'll help you figure it out, 'cause it's Rick's house.
Whoa, whoa, way down south in the rain and the heat. It sure get hot there, you can cook an egg on the concrete. Walking around on the city streets, they go, whoosh, let the big dog eat. Let the big dog eat. Booyah! Call the doctor, call the nurse. I don't know what it is, but I know it sure hurts. Call the ambulance and call the cop. Call the number.
Good Saturday morning to you.
Let the big dog
New time on the program this morning. How you mama and them? Good to see you out this morning.
Let the big dog
Thank y'all for being part of what we do each and every Saturday morning. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
let it eat now.
And we got a lot to talk about today. I'm trying out some new stuff. You know, I'm always trying out new stuff, but I appreciate it. Chad, good morning. Good to see you this morning. Everybody else joining us on the program, thanks. We are, that's my view this morning. That's looking out of the studio here and headed out across the, that's what the grass looks like down here. Look, it looks like a little house on the prairie to me. I don't know what it looks like to y'all, but that's what it looks like to me, a little house on the prairie. And that barn over there is it must be a female cat over there, because poor old Boho this morning, he started about 4 o'clock. And I'm like, look here. You ain't going out yet. Because coyotes are out and owls. You got to watch owls down here. Owls are out this morning. And I said, if I let you out and something happens to you, your mama's going to kill me. So you ain't going out. And then about 5 minutes later, Lord. I said, well, so finally the first chance it cracked daylight, because he's running up, jumping up on my desk, jumping up across my setup to do the show. Okay. So when it cracked daylight, guess who got out let outside? Now, he's went out there outside and done his thing and all that, you know, and now he's at the door. Wanting back in. Well, tough. He's going to be an outside cat here for a little bit this morning. I'm awful, ain't I? Cruelty to animals. That's terrible. I ain't never been cruel to no animal in my life. So anyway, we got that going on. So we're back at it this morning. And like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Man, I've got some good stuff on the program today. Getting closer to that football season. Yeah, that's right. You know we are. That's what makes the world go around, East Tennessee and also in West Texas. Went yesterday. Had to go out to over by the university over at Texas Tech. Really beautiful campus. Everything's kind of Mediterranean Spanish. Well, more, I guess it's Spanish. It's stucco and tile roofs and really nice. Good looking campus. What we saw of it. We'll have to make a trip over and look at all of it, but pretty nice looking. Well, not pretty nice. It was really nice looking. Everything's flat down here. That's good for fat boys. So we went by and took a look at that. We're going to try to get y'all some stuff on this week. We're going to get out and about and see what we can get you some stuff to look at and so forth. And we're going to try to find some water today. A place to float. Mama said she needed to go floating in the water. I said, yeah, sounds like a plan to me. Been up since 4:30. Y'all say, well, Rick, why'd you change the time? Well, you know, I talked to lots of folks that a few of y'all, especially, And I think, our generation, we don't get up as early on the weekend because we work so many long hours during the week. And I just don't think we get up as early as many of us, do during the week. Now, I've reached that age where I'm up. I wake up, I'm up. I don't want to be up, but I'm up. And so that's something that I'm up, whether I want to be or not. That's all right. I got a lot done this morning, but the other thing about it is so, because a lot of folks don't join the program until we get to, about this time. So I run it past some folks I trust, and they said, yeah, I think that'd be good. And I think it will be too. My fear was I didn't want to run into football. Obviously, we don't want to run into football. A, I don't want to compete with football because there's no competing with football. And B, I didn't want to compete with football because I want to watch football. So that being the case, that's why we didn't do that. So we're going to try it and see. Plus, I've got some stuff that I'm working on, and I may have something else that I'm doing early morning here on Saturday mornings. We'll see. I'm praying about it. We'll see what God says. We'll see how that works out, and we'll go from there and see what happens. It's always good. We'll see how it goes. So that's what we got going on today. A lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. I'll have to turn the camera around and show you some things that are important, and we'll talk about that, and then we'll pitch it back around so you can see outside. But I can't go from one to the other. I can't do that yet. So, it's man, technology has passed me up. Now, I just happened to click on this morning. Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom is back on NBC. I just turned it on this morning. It's back on the television. Now, down here, I was tickled to death. We got an indoor antenna. Outdoor antenna on it don't work. Never has worked. And I didn't have time to fool with it. And so I didn't fool with it. But it never has worked. And then there's the cable in the front works, and the cable in the back don't work because it's got they've hit it with a screw or something. And I didn't fool with that because I didn't have time. So we just run a separate, eventually I'll run a separate wire, but we don't do that anyway. We stream 99% of everything that we watch. A, we get to watch it when we want to. B, we don't have to endure commercials. And not that I don't like commercials. I love commercials. They help me make a living. But the thing about it is when they're one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, it gets old. And that's what TV seems to be doing to me. So I don't know. But anyway. So, but we put the indoor antenna in. We got like, 30 channels. We got some good channels too. Got the Mystery Channel, got Me TV down here in West Texas. So I was watching original Batman the other morning, and they got Superman and all that stuff. Then they got the Cartoon Channel. We got the Cartoon Channel. I watch me some Bugs Bunny now. I ain't kidding. If I seem nervous this morning, it's because I'm out of snuff. Out of smokeless tobacco. I thought, well, I'll run up to the store, to the Horseshoe store, we call it, right down the street, and get me some of that. And then I thought, you know what? I ain't got time for that. Because sure as I go, something will happen. I'll get, Lord willing, I'll get a flat tire or something. And so I said, no, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I'm just going to do it without. So I'll be chawing at the bits. Now, I've already drank a pot of coffee and getting ready to make that second pot. Say, Rick, what are you going to talk about today? We're going to talk about awnings with wind. We're going to talk about that today, what the operational speeds are. I'm going to talk about some new groups that we found, some stuff that, if you're traveling on the road, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I did this past week and some just something really cool. And people say it don't work. People say it works, but I'm going to tell you about it. It has to do with your cell phone. It worked for me. And we'll talk about that. And I'm going to show you what we use. So I'll turn the camera around. We'll do that. Make that happen. And then also, we're going to talk about, like I said, some new groups that I found out about. Also, there's a place called Oasis Village in Redmond, Oregon. I want to talk a little bit about that. And a couple other things that I'm going to surprise you with along the way. As always, you can send me a message, at rickshouseradio@gmail.com. We're happy to do that. Kelly, good morning. Good to see you. Chad, Travis, Sonny, good to see you. Appreciate everybody joining us on the program this morning as we start to do that. And I'm going to show you some things that void your warranty when you start talking about doing stuff on the RV. Again, the picture that you see is what it looks like in West Texas this morning. Going to be 95 today. It's going to be lovely. Most beautiful. So we're excited about that. And hopefully, and it won't be humid. That's a key for me. I just can't take that humidity. I mean, I just can't do it. I want to, but I can't stand it. And so that helps me to feel better, do better, and all that kind of stuff. And also, man, I'm telling you what, there's some stuff on just Marketplace down here is wild and woolly. There's stuff everywhere. I wish I had more places to put things. So we're going to talk about that coming up on the program. God bless you. We're going to take that first time out. Hang on, youngins. We got a good one today. We're going to talk to you, and we're going to come back with more tips for you after we hear from some of the folks that let you hear this program and let me feed me and mama. Hang on, y'all. We'll be right back.
I grew up in a house as an electrician's son, and I figured out right fast that I didn't want to do electricity for a living. Why? Because it takes a professional. Let me tell you about the professionals at Keith & Sons Electric. Great friends of the Rick's House program. They are the electrical contractor that we like to recommend, who's with over 15 years of experience. They've built their company servicing the residential community and doing the commercial stuff, solar systems, new construction, remodeling, bucket truck service, pools, spas, jacuzzis, wiring, electrical generator installations, panel upgrades, gas station wiring, and more. Whether it's troubleshooting or repair, we want you to call the team at Keith & Sons Electric, 763-6599. That's 850-763-6599, or find them online at rickshousradioshow.com. Go to game. Keith & Sons Electric. We make the impossible doable. Keith & Sons Electric, getting the job done from bucket trucks to small residential. Professional electric services done the way they should be. Keith & Sons Electric Company, a Rick's House favorite.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you about our newest sponsor, GFL. That's Green for Life. If you're looking for that dumpster or that roll-off or that piece of equipment that's going to get that debris away from your job site, or just keep things handy around and clean around that big business that you have, GFL wants to be your partner. They want to service you, and they want to take care of you. Locations in Knoxville and Morristown, and you can call them today at 865-475-7777. 865-475-7777. Dean Kings joins me today to tell us about a special offer for Rick's House listeners. Dean.
Yeah, Rick, if they mention that they've heard about us on your show or any kind of thing affiliated with your show, we're going to waive our delivery fee for any roll-off box.
And how much is that,
That's
brother?
a $75 savings.
$75 savings right off the bat. So if you're looking for that dumpster or that open top roll-off, GFL is the company that's got them for you. They want to take care of you. They want to service you, and they do a great job for us. GFL, call them today, 865-475-7777, and mention that you heard them on Rick's House.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Piper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Oh, well, it's Rick's If you got a question, he'll help you figure it out. 'Cause it's Rick's house.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. 27 minutes past the hour. Depending on where you're joining us from. Oh, how you mama and them youngins? Good Saturday morning to you. Thanks for joining us on the program. Lots of stuff to talk about. We turned the camera back around and got it ready to roll so I can show you some things here this morning that we got going. Let's make sure that the sound is still rolling. There we go. We're still rolling, just making sure. Some different things that I want to talk about on the program this morning. Things that I thought about. You know, I dropped my phone. I have an iPhone. And that iPhone, I dropped it, and it absolutely, positively busted my screen all to pieces. Now, that's one of the phones that I use, and it's actually the phone I use when we put the phone lines on. We'll be doing that again soon. But I use that one for calls, and it's got a call-in number. We're getting ready to change that. But anyway, it's good stuff. So what's happening is that I dropped it and it busted that screen, and I couldn't use it much for nothing because it was so cracked that I couldn't do anything. So I saw this thing, or I didn't see it. Amy actually, blah, 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 blah. Amy actually found it online on YouTube, where this guy was talking about fixing the cell phone. Well, it's a pretty neat process. You use Vaseline, and then you take a film. And I had trouble finding this. So let me show you what he took a film, and it was black in color like the screen. Now, I couldn't find any black in color. So it's like packing tape. Really, is what it's like. It's like packing tape. And I couldn't find any of it. And we went to Walmart. We looked in crafts. We did all that. We couldn't find it. And I thought, well, I ain't ordering $40 worth of this stuff to try to have a little old tiny piece to fix, my cell phone. I thought that's crazy. I'm not going to do that. So I had to, this is awful, but I had a stool that I wanted to use in here in the bunker being what I call my studio in the travel trailer. Well, I had a stool. Well, the stool was too tall, and it was uncomfortable. So I cut the legs off last week. Well, then it had hard plastic bottoms on the legs, and those hard plastic bottoms kept sliding out from under me. I thought, you're going to break your hind end, you crazy fool. So I decided, well, I ain't going to do that. So I cut them off, went to Walmart, and got me some stops to put on the legs and do that, which I did. Got that on there, and then I thought, that stool has got a hard plastic thing on it and a seat. And I thought, there's no way I can sit on that thing through 2 hours of doing Rick's House, life on the road with Rick's House. On the podcast, I'll be too uncomfortable. So I was thinking, I thought, well, I had a rollator, what I call my horse, and that it was wore out. It was an inexpensive one. And so I wore it out. And then I got a new one that's bigger and handier and all that stuff. So when if I have to walk very far, I can walk and sit, walk and sit, walk and sit, walk and sit. So anyway, that being said, so the other one, I was going to take it apart, and it was bent. The leg was bent on it, and I'm just going to throw it away, put it in the metal part of the recycling thing. So I was going to do that. Well, anyway, when it all come together, I said, man, that's got a good seat on it. I can use that seat on my stool. It's about the right size. And I said, Amy said, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, then I got to thinking about if I drill through the plastic seat and I put the cushion seat down on top of it, and I don't get it right the first time, then if I want to move it, I'll have a bunch of holes in it. So I thought, well, what can I do? And I thought, well, I've got double-sided tape.
See? Double-sided tape. I thought, well, I'll put me one piece of double-sided tape on there. And it'll make hold the stool in place, the seat, and then I can make sure that's right. And then when I make sure that's right, then I'll be good to go. So I'm like, okay. So I did that. Well, it worked perfect. Well, when I pulled that off, I saw this, which is oh Lordy, that's sticky. Boy, it's right here. This Gorilla double-sided tape. If y'all need some double-sided tape, it's good. See that thin stuff? That's what I needed. But it wasn't black. I thought, well, I'll try it anyway. So what I did is I thought, well, let's try her. So I did. And so what you do is you take your phone screen. Now you can see. Now this is the plastic part's cracked too. And you take and you cover the whole thing with Vaseline. First you clean it good. Now, folks, if Amy put me on this, and she got it from a friend of hers. This spray way, I'm used to looking at the wrong camera. This spray way glass cleaner, this stuff is the stuff. I'm telling you, it doesn't have any, it doesn't have bad stuff in it. And it will clean, excellent for use on windows, mirrors, windshields, and other glass surfaces. And it works phenomenal. I mean, really, really good. It works great. Streak-free shine, clean, fresh scent. And I don't know what all it's got in it, but it don't have a bunch of the toxins in it, but it works great. So you clean your screen with that. If you want to clean your glasses or clean your cell phone, whatever, that's the ticket right there. So you use that. Then you take your screen and you cover it all with Vaseline all over it. And then you take this film, this thin film, and put it over top of your screen like that. See? And once you do that, now hang on with me. You take a lighter and you just heat that. You just heat that over and till you melt it. Now you don't want it melting, dripping. You just heat it over a little bit till it melts and kind of bonds, and the Vaseline stops. All right. I could not see my screen. I don't know if y'all can see it now. That's what I come up with now. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I can't. But literally, I'm sorry. Let me see. That's where it's cracked. That's the other thing. I got to take it off. Hang on, youngins. Anyway, let me show you. There we go. Now, I couldn't see my screen. And you can see how bad it was cracked. But anyway, it works good. You see how bad it's cracked. But it does. It works. So people say put toothpaste on it. You know, does it take all the cracks off? Absolutely not. But what it did do is it provided for me a way that I could see it. That's right. Run a screw in it. Good morning, buddy. Leaving Hardin, Montana and heading home. Tim and Cammy Mix on the road, leaving Hardin, Montana this morning, headed to the house. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful. Headed back out to Oregon. And appreciate y'all listening to the program this morning. Y'all be good. I appreciate it. Going to have to go to take a little break right now. When I come back, we'll talk more about it. You're listening to Rick's House. It's Saturday morning. Hang on, youngins. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Hopper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Whoa, whoa, way down south in the rain and the heat. It sure get hot there. You can cook an egg on the concrete. Walking around on the city streets, they go. Whoosh, let the big dog eat. Let the big dog eat. Hoo-yah! Call the doctor, call the nurse. I don't know what it is, but I know it sure hurts. Call the ambulance and call the cop. Call the number of the man of God. Let the big dog eat. Let the big dog eat. Let him eat now. Went down. Way up north in Washington, D.C. The show got a big dog and it sure can eat. Vietnam for breakfast, you and me for lunch. Tell me how you like that Washington punch. Let the big dog eat. Let the big dog eat. Opening my can.
Oh, well, it's Rick's House. If you got a question, he'll help you figure it out. 'Cause it's Rick's House.
Oh, good morning. Lord have mercy. Help me, help me, help me, children. Help me, children, help me. There we go. All right, back to it. That's a little loud this morning. Oh, thank y'all for letting me make that. Woo, that coffee's hard on the feller. All right, so we're back. And doing the program here this morning. I got some stuff I want to show y'all. And I meant to show you the stool. I'll show you that before we get done. But back to talking about things that, one of the things that we have is we had an awning. I mean, and we have an awning, and most of your RVs do have awnings. And the same holds true with, when you've got those pop-up foldable things that you use like for tailgating, or you use them at the house over the patio, or those kinds of things. How do you know when to take it down? How do you know that the wind is too much? How do you know when to do that? And we've always struggled with that. And in West Texas and in the western part of the state, wind, if you're in the plains or the desert, wind's an issue. Now, I don't care if you're in Texas or Arizona or New Mexico or wherever you're at, wind is an issue. And so one of the things that we do is not know, well, how should we run the awning out? Well, it's got the things that bend on the arms so that it don't knock it off, so that's one thing. The other thing is that you think, well, will it be safe to do that? And honestly, we were in El Centro, California, and we literally left and went 5 miles down the road to pick up something at the store. I don't remember what it was. And a windstorm and sandstorm come up. And when that happened, it tore, I mean, it had a gust like 70 miles an hour wind. It ripped that awning all the way off. Well, that's a $1,600 fix. That ain't easy. That's no good. I say negative, Ghost Rider. I don't like that. So one of the things that we've done is we like to keep that awning out, because as the sun's coming up at the front of the camper, which is actually, the front of the camper where our bedroom is, and going across and sitting in the back, it hits this side because we're kind of cocked, which is the south side. And if we've got that awning out, even though it's only 16 foot and it doesn't cover the whole trailer, it covers the kitchen and the main part of the house. And so it keeps the heat down and makes it easier for the air conditioners to keep it comfortable inside the travel trailer. So that being said, it's something that we try to do. Now, I looked up Lippert, because Lippert provides a lot of stuff in the RV industry for different products. I mean, they provide a lot of stuff, and they make a lot of things. And one of the things they make is an awning, the Solera awning, and that's what we have. So here's the rule of thumb. Let me put my glasses on. Let's talk about it. Peak summer means high temperatures, even after the sun goes down. We're taking this from, I don't know where it was. Probably, I don't know where I got it. But anyway, somebody else wrote it, and I agree with it. So I'm not taking credit for it. That's something else I'm going to tell you about too. So trying to keep cool, using wind to help keep cool, and shade. Operational wind limits. Now, this is recommended, and they're not going to hang their, like everything else in this world, they're not going to hang their hat on anything. Go, oh, well, if it rips at 15 miles an hour, we'll take it. I mean, we're going to cover it by warranty. They're not going to cover crap. The RV industry sucks when it comes to that. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. And I saw this morning, and I don't know if y'all saw this, and I'm not sure where it was. I think it was on WVLT. Channel 8 back home in East Tennessee, and they were talking about these people that's got like $100,000 note on their house, but they ain't got the house, and the company's filed bankruptcy, but they still got a loan for a house they don't have. I don't know what that's all about, but they said that's becoming a problem. Business is different, I'm telling you. So anyway, back to operational wind limits. Under 10 mile per hour winds, generally safe for standard extended awning, though minor swaying may occur. So 10 miles an hour less. 15 to 20 miles per hour, recommended retraction threshold. Leaving awning out in these conditions risks bent arms or torn fabric. So when it gets up like that, what we do is instead of running it out the full 8 feet or 10 feet, whatever it is, we run it back in until we feel comfortable with it not popping the awning. Now, it's got those arms on it, and then some RVs and travel trailers and other things like that have an automatic sensor on there that rolls it in anyway, but don't depend on that, because it might work, it might not. If your looks like mine, it might work, might not. Above 2025, high danger. Better roll that in. Severe risk of catastrophic failure, bent frame, channel, structural tearing, and an RV sidewall. And that's true. So really and truly, if we're under 15 miles an hour, we'll run it out. If it's under 10, we'll run it all the way out. If it's under 15, we'll run it out about 4 feet, 5 feet, whatever we can do to get the maximum shade. And then when we bring it back in, I'll leave it out a foot or so, because even that little bit helps at the top, just getting a little shade on that door. Because I don't know if y'all have looked at yours, but RV and travel trailer doors ain't worth squat. They don't build them to be energy efficient at all. Of course, it's not designed to live in full time. It's just that way. And so you have to, we're constantly as nomads and people who live the nomadic lifestyle like we live, we're constantly moving and changing and adapting and improving and trying to do whatever we can. And I'm telling you what, one of the things, we got several things coming out. We got Easy Breeze coming on to talk about the 3-season rooms, which can be used 4-season. I use mine with some adaptation. We got coming on about Dave Crowley coming on to talk about Ignite the Spark. That's coming up. And so we've got some other stuff that we're working on to talk about. But, you know, there's a whole bunch of us that are nomads, and it's the way we're built. And so we're trying to help with that. But we also want to help you with your house too. You know, I was thinking as I was looking, you know, we talked about the two sides tape and the let me tell y'all what happened to me. This is what happens when you're in your 50s, late 50s, almost 60. So we utilize fans throughout the travel trailer, right? And because it moves the air and helps the air conditioning. And there's a bunch of stuff. There's some companies out there like Country Mod that are doing some 12-volt mini splits and RV air conditioning that's running off solar. And I am going towards solar. Wind power don't do too good, but solar does great. And it's getting better and better and cheaper. And that's where I'm going to. Now, you know, I'm going to be hooked up to power too. But, and eventually, I'd like to be where I can be off grid and not have to pay that power bill, because it just gets more ridiculous and more ridiculous and more ridiculous. And that's becoming a reality in what we're doing, whether it's in your home or your business, or whether it's when you're out on the road, which is our home. So that's something we're doing. So we have to run these fans. We run these fans as much as we can to keep that air circulating, because we're just like we're in the tin box. So one of the things that we do is we put one to run down the hall to our bedroom. We've got that bedroom door open, and then we've got the bathroom door. We close it because it has a vent in there, so that fan can push that cold air from the air conditioner, because we have a secondary floor unit, portable air conditioning, one of them rolls around. So it can blow that air back to the bedroom, because the bedroom's got one vent in it, and it's not enough. It's just not enough. So yesterday, I went to the restroom, and I'm coming back out, and I'm going to shut the bathroom door, and then I need to pull the stop out from under it, because it closes and opens on its own, even though we're level. And I'm going to pull the stop out from under it. So I pulled the stop out of it, and I reach around, grab the door, and start pulling it to close it. Darn thing jerks back out of my hand. I thought, good God, is that fan that hard? So I looked around at the fan, turned my head around, looked at the fan. I'm like, what in the world? So I reached down there, and I grabbed that doorknob again, and I jerked her hard again. It just popped right back out of my hand, and I'm over there. I got both feet. I'm getting a grip on her now. I got both hands on it, and I'm pulling, trying to do it. And I looked down, and Amy's bra that was hung on the bedroom door has hooked around the doorknob of the bathroom door and is holding it like a slingshot. I told her, I said, good Lord Almighty. I'll tell you what, though, it's strong. It'd make a heck of a slingshot now. Amy says she buys good bras. Now, I bet they are. They're expensive. You know, bras are expensive. They ain't like drawers. Drawers cheap. Bras expensive. But you get a good one, though. Keep that precious cargo. Took care of it. All right. That didn't have nothing to do with home improvement, really, but I thought it was pretty funny myself. I was thinking to myself, man, you could put a pretty good sized rock in that right there. If I could get it pulled back, I could launch that sucker probably. I can't launch them pumpkins at the Halloween thing. Lord help me. So as you win your operational wind limits on that, that's what you got to do now. Oasis Village in Redmond, Oregon. And I'm going to look this up. This is a place where they've come up with a way, and this is something that's dear to my heart, and Amy's too, and it's something that I think about, that they're making these little one-room tiny houses that are very efficiently built, and they're using them for homeless people to help them get out and get settled, and it don't have rules about some things. It just has rules. You don't have rules. Well, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can do what you want to, but you can't do what you want to on the property. You got to do that elsewhere. And so it's called Oasis Village. I'm going to see if I can get them on the program to interview, but Oasis Village, Redmond, Oregon. And the story goes, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but the story goes that these houses came from a design from a person who had worked in the construction field. And I've heard this from two of these different things. who he ended up being homeless through some tragedy, and ended up using his construction knowledge to construct himself a place to withstand the cold out of cardboard and insulation and styrofoam and pallets and a whole bunch of stuff that he could put together to make sure that he had, didn't freeze to death. And he utilized what he'd learned by using dead airspace, which is the important. I mean, you stuff all the fiberglass insulation you want in your wall, but if it doesn't have room to breathe where it can trap air, it's not going to work. So dead air is one of the greatest insulators that there are, and also getting up off the floor. But I think it's really interesting. So they took this design, and there's several of these places across the country. We need one in Knoxville bad with the homeless issue that we have there. But it's called Oasis Village. It's in Redmond, Oregon. It's a pretty good thing to look at. I want to find out more about it. That's what I know about it at this point. But they seem to be doing good work, and these folks, and they can have a pet. See, the problem, people say, well, why don't they just go to the shelter? Well, there's problems with the shelter. Shelter's great. Don't get me, I'm for it. I think it's wonderful. Knox Area Rescue Mission and all those folks at home that do all that kind of stuff, God bless them. I appreciate them. I think it's wonderful. I'm not knocking that. But let's say that you're a person. What if you're a homeless mom, single female with a child? Not safe. Hold on. Ragweed season. Sorry, y'all. There's issues of things getting stolen. Obviously. The other issue that I never thought about this, and I wasn't a pet person until I married Amy. Y'all saw the post she made on the Facebook, as I call it. My mom would say the Facebook, the Walmarts, the little house on the Bonanza. But anyway, until I married Amy, and I call her Ace Ventura, come to me, my animal friends. She told me last night, I think I want another cat. I'm like, okay. Suits me fine. But anyway, a lot of homeless folks, they have, they have a pet that's not only their buddy, their friend, their pal, their child, for lack of a better term. It's also their protector. I mean, I guarantee you, if I, Lord forgive me, there before the grace of God go by, if I sat on the street, I'd have me a big old ugly dog. His name be Kill Him. Oh, I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, that's what I do. So again, check out Oasis Village. That's just one idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it's what they're doing is phenomenal. It's one of those things that I think's outstanding and worth checking out and looking into. So lots of things we've talked about on the program this morning. We're going to take a top of the hour here, time out. Let me get a little bit more coffee. And then we come back. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. We're going to visually take a look at it. We're going to talk about it. Some things that you need to be aware of on your travel trailer, RV, and a camping situation. And then we're going to have a little conversation, and we're going to enjoy this Saturday. Oh, well, thank you. Hi, Miss Nicole. Amy says, Miss Nicole says, hi, Rick. Hope you and Amy are having a great Saturday. She said, yes, we are. Thank you, Miss Nicole. Do what? She said, thank you. And she hopes the same for you, Miss Nicole from Permachink. Appreciate her listening to the program this morning. She was on their podcast, I believe. I think I saw this past week that they do with answering technical questions. And by the way, we've got some of that great product that's going to be going out to recommended to a friend of mine for his pressure treated deck. You think of Permachink and you think, well, that's log home stuff. No, they got log home stuff. They got wood rebuilding stuff. They got all kinds of stuff. And they got a product that you can put on there to condition that pressure treated wood and then come back over it with deck defense. And man, I'm telling you what, you're done. You know, there's so many products out there, and I hesitate, and I don't name names a lot of time unless it's in the positive. I ain't gonna name names in the non-positive. But there's some products out there that have really, really good name recognition, but for lack of a technical term, I'm gonna use technical term, they suck. Did I say that out loud? I think I did. Oh, good. She said, that's awesome. I was told that podcast was the most viewed we've had so far. Well, how about that? Well, congratulations. That's fantastic. Good to go. We're going to take that time out. When we come back from the time out, we're going to jump out there with some products. I'm going to show you some things that we found along the way. And I rediscovered as we started unloading the pickup truck to see where Ricky's put stuff up. I just found the camera. I've looked all morning since 4:30 to find that camera so I could show y'all an outside view. And I'll be doggone if I didn't turn around and couldn't find it till 1 minute after I was supposed to already be on. That's what happens to me. It's Rick's house. I'm going to turn it around just for a second while we're on timeout and show you what it looks like in the South Plains of West Texas. God bless you, youngins. Hang on. Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen. Join me every Saturday morning from 7:30 to 9:30 where you're here at Rick's house, where you'll learn about great companies like Knoxville Salvage, Top Septic Service, and All Clear Plumbing. We'll answer your questions. We'll give you home improvement advice and talk about your RV and your travel trailer. That's Rick's house. Saturday mornings, 7:30 to 9:30. We hope to see you there. Located in the heart of East Tennessee, where they do full service plumbing and repairs. All Clear Plumbing. Wheeler and Daniel, they know how to get the things right in your house. From a broken water pipe to an emergency repair to a water line installed, or maybe something that you never thought a plumber could do. Who do you call? You call All Clear Plumbing. Talk to Wills, All Clear Plumbing, your choice for plumbing. 865-443-7752.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. And let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Popper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Permachink Systems, protecting wood for a long, long time. Not only protecting it, but beautifying it, helping it when it's decayed, working with log home people, and also working with homeowners. They have a store on Prosser Road in Knoxville at 1605 Prosser Road at 800-548-3554, or a store in Sevierville, 1357 Dolly Parton Parkway, 865-774-3307. 865-774-3307. Let me tell you what you're going to learn when you get there. Things I didn't know about. How about the Woodsman line of smooth log caulk? The other day I was looking for something that matched wood trim. I only had two choices. Not with Permachink: pine, honey, tan, cedar tone, brown, and gray. E-wood, epoxy wood putty that really works. Putty that will harden and become just like the wood itself, maybe even better. If you're missing sections of your windowsills or frames or furniture or any wood structure, this is the product for you. But maybe it's something smaller. How about epoxy wood paste? Contact PCS today. Call Permachink Systems today. Toll free 800-548-3554 or at the Sevierville store, 865-774-3307, and find out how to make wood better. Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you about our newest sponsor, GFL. That's Green for Life. If you're looking for that dumpster or that roll-off or that piece of equipment that's going to get that debris away from your job site, or just keep things handy around and clean around that big business that you have, GFL wants to be your partner. They want to service you, and they want to take care of you. Locations in Knoxville and Morristown, and you can call them today at 865-475-7777, 865-475-7777. Dean Kings joins me today to tell us about a special offer for Rick's House listeners. Dean.
Yeah, Rick, if they mention that they've heard about us on your show or any kind of thing affiliated with your show, we're going to waive our delivery fee for any roll-off box.
And how much is that,
That's
brother?
a $75 savings.
$75 savings right off the bat. So if you're looking for that dumpster or that open top roll-off, GFL is the company that's got them for you. They want to take care of you, they want to service you, and they do a great job for us. GFL, call them today, 865-475-7777, and mention that you heard them on Rick's House.
Whether you're living in a brand new home or swimming in a money pit, we've got your home improvement answers. It's Rick's House, the home improvement show. Got a question? Rick's got the answers for all your home improvement questions. It's Rick's House, home improvement advice done right.
Tune in to Rick's House every Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30. Don't let do-it-yourself become do-it-to-yourself.
Hey, y'all, this is Kix Brooks, and you are listening to Rick's House, everything you need to know about home improvement. Here comes Rick.
Oh, well, it's Rick's House. If you got a question, he'll help you figure it out. 'Cause it's Rick's House.
Morning to you. Live from West Texas. Coming to you in beautiful East Tennessee, where I think y'all got some rain coming in. I thought I saw this. I was watching Channel 10 this morning. I want to keep up what's going on back home. And I know y'all had some better weather. I know it was been cooler, except for that humidity. Lord, that humidity, as my buddy says. My papa said humidity. And my buddy Skip, his papa said humidity. Well, I don't know whatever it was, but my other buddy Troy said it's a hot huge smoke when you go across the yard. That's what I'm talking about. Hard stuff on the program. Now, a couple of things. I've talked about some of these things before, and some of them I haven't talked about, but I think it's important that we see a visual of it. And just, whether it's your house or your modular home or your tiny home or your RV/travel trailer /camper /tent /whatever that you've purchased from someone else. Warranty's an issue. And it's something that as I watch this, I hear and I see that they're starting to get in these positions where they're like, well, warranty don't cover that. Well, your warranty's only as good as the company that honors it. I mean, that's just the truth of it. So be aware of those things. If it says you got to wipe your windows down and clean once a year, do it and document it. This date, this time, I did it. And it's a shame that you have to do that, but you do. That's what you have to do. I was talking to my buddy this morning before I come on the show, and we were talking about, I said, what in the world? All these youngins going around killing people. He said, they've always done it. You just hadn't been aware of it. I said, well, maybe that's true. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's crazy how these youngins going around shooting people and carrying on like fools. I know that I'm more conscious of where I am and how I've been, and and what I've been doing. I mean, I think that's an issue, and so we have to do that. So things are done different. Business is done different. Corporate business is done a lot different than old school business. That's just how it is. And warranty's a different issue. Now, I was talking to a business the other day, and he said, I said, I'm thinking about this warranty that was offered to me on our travel trailer, because it is our home. And it comes with $100 or a $500 or $1,000 deductible, I should say. 500, 500, 1,000. I'll spit it out here in a minute. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, maybe I should consider that, because like I had the air conditioning serviced, coils cleaned and all that, which you should do. I mean, that's important stuff. You got to do that. Well, that was $200. And if I'd run into a problem, I mean, if you get a slide issue, you're all over $1,500 to start, and then you're upwards of $3,000, $4,000 to get that fixed. So, I mean, you can eat that up right quick. And this person I was talking to, he said, let me tell you what you better do before you do that. And I know this is true because there's a guy that we watch on YouTube. His name's Larry, and I can't remember. Live more, work less, something like that. I forget what it is, but he had a warranty issue on his on his camper. It's a pickup truck camper. And he said about the extended warranty, and the guy will tell him this covers everything. He said, well, I've had that stuff before. And oh yeah, this covers everything. Covers this, covers that, covers this. He asked him about 4 or 5 things, and he swore up and down that it covered it, and that's the way it was. And Jesus was coming back and all that kind of stuff. And come to find out, he ended up having an issue that he didn't know when he bought the pickup truck camper, and it's ruined the whole floor. They said they ain't gonna cover it because of some stupid something that's not in the warranty, and he was livid. I mean, this is a $40,000, $45,000 pickup truck camper, and they're expensive, and that's not. So anyway. But what this person told me was, he said, the other thing that you need to look at, Rick, and I'm going to pass this information along because it caused me to stop and hesitate on purchasing this warranty. He said, the problem's not, he said, if you get a warranty and it's a good warranty, he said, then the problem is, it's like insurance and doctors. The company providing the warranty has to find somebody that'll go out and do the work for what they're willing to pay. I thought, that can be a problem. You say, well, what if I go to a big one? Well, this particular gentleman that I'm talking about that had that pickup truck bed camper, and it's a name brand. I'm talking about probably known for the best one that's ever been made. And where it was with that is that, and they've said, sorry, when it goes to the dealer, it's out of our hands. And then when it went to the dealer, and this dealer is big, I mean, big, it's not Camping World. For those of you that are asking me, no, it's not Camping World. It's another one, but they're big, big, big. And they pretty much said, well, tough canuts. So, if they've got a staff and if they've got a group of people that can work on there, they've got people in hand, yeah, that's good. But what if they've got a contract out? What if you're in Cucamonga, California? And they say, oh, well, we pay this much. Well, then what happens is you're sitting without a product. You're sitting without it fixed. You're sitting without it. So what you end up having to do is pay for it yourself, and your warranty ain't worth a darn. And then you have to pay more. Then you have to argue with them, and you probably never get nothing back. I got warranty issues on mine, and I haven't had anything big. Hadn't had anything big. I had little stuff. Knock on wood. Thank you, Jesus. I've only had little stuff. I hadn't had anything big, and because of that, I feel very, very fortunate, but I got some things done, ended up just getting the parts. And if you'll just ship me the parts, if you'll just give me just ship me the parts, I'll take care of the rest of it. Just give me the parts. And they did. The other issue is something that we've talked about a lot before. And that's because, they're working on a basis where they're buying in bulk, and they're buying and they're buying on low price. which I get and understand that. But, you know, just because they can't tell you what's in your camper or travel trailer unless you tell them. Just like our shower unit. We ended up replacing it went to Knoxville Salvage, seen Miss Nancy down there, took good care of us. And got a residential shower unit pan and our marble and replaced our shower. And I said, well, where do I get that? They said, well, what kind do you have? I said, you mean to tell me that you build and I don't mean to be fussing today, but I'm just telling you, and this holds true with your house too. I said, you mean to tell me you don't know what's in here if I give you the serial number? I said, no, we don't, because we buy in mass quantity, and when that runs out, we may swap brands. They have no loyalty. The only thing I think they have loyalty with, most of them have loyalty to the window company. Other than that, it's whoever's going to provide the best price to them. And I get that if they pass it along, but you know, that's what it is. So that being said, I thought about some warranty issues, and I didn't know this. And there's the RV tech that we watched, was a little gal that went to school, and I can't think of her name either. But she's really good, and she's the one that brought this to my attention. It's probably just as well that I don't mention it. Y'all know what this is? That's a bug screen. And everybody and their brothers got two of these over where their water heater, or usually not the water heater, but your gas propane heat has two exhausts. There's a little spring that goes under here and it hooks on that, and you put that on there and this rubber gasket goes on there. Did you know that if you pull into the RV dealership, the travel trailer dealership to have service, and they see this, it voids your warranty? Now, they sell them. You can buy them there. But that voids your warranty, y'all. So make sure they accidentally fall off before you get in to have serviced. Which don't make any sense to me, but that's how it is, and that's what's RV Tech said. That keeps wasps and dirt daubers and all that out of the system. Why would that void the warranty? It's a loophole. Be careful. Voids the warranty. Everybody's got them. So that's one of those things that you have to be aware of. If you've got a warranty on your roof, you have to clean that once a year in most instances for it to be warranted. And reseal and recondition your seals all around all your weather strippings, and all those things have to be done. You are not supposed to, this is a toss-up. You're not supposed to use jacks under your slides. Now, I'm up in the air on this. I really am. I'm up in the air on this because we put a lot of weight in our slide, and I'm to a point where my warranty's up on most of the stuff except my roof. So I'm really not going to probably say anything about that. And I'm gonna not necessarily put it, because they make two kinds, Garvey, Garvee, Garvee. Garvee, not EEE, but EEEEIEIO. Sorry. But anyway, they make a stand that goes up underneath your jacks, or actually your arms, and depending on what kind of slide you got. I was helping a friend of mine. He called me, his slide wouldn't go back in. And of course, the first thing you do is check for power. Make sure you got enough voltage. And the next thing you do is you check the switch. The next thing you do is check the solenoid. And the next thing you do is, that's the list. You go down there. His ended up being solenoid that went bad. And he got that fixed. But they make one that hooks up underneath the arms that go out, which I'm not a fan of that. But they also make one that goes up under the floor. I am a fan of that in my instance. Because we have a lot of additional weight in our slides. And, they're made to hold like 1,500 pounds, which I get. but I don't know. It makes sense to me as long as it's not cranked up so far that it's making a huge big deal and a huge difference. I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, that's just my opinion. But check your warranty. Make sure, because you can do those little things that make sense to us, and they know that it makes sense to us, and so they're not going to stand behind it. My friends at Weekend RV, Xavier over there is going to go above and beyond and take care of you and make sure he can do what's right. My suggestion is find somebody like X and go and purchase your RV travel trailer from that person. I'm a fan of hometown stuff. If I'm buying parts and stuff, I'm shopping one against another. And I'll have to say, I hear terrible things about Camping World Service, but I have used them pretty much exclusively for buying parts, because if you show them where you can buy it cheaper, they'll match it. So they've been good, and they carry a lot of stuff in the store, especially if you're out on the road and you need something. And you can stop there and stay the night free of charge. And they have a power and if you can get a slot. Power and water and sewer. So that's a good thing. I am a fan of Good Sam's Club, and we're a member of that. We also have the policy that says it will take us to, hang on one second, y'all. Good gracious, y'all, that ragweed is wearing me out. But they also, we have a plan that in the event that something happens to Amy, or let's say that we're traveling and I get, incapacitated, have to be in the hospital, or heaven forbid I was to die or something like that. It will fly her home, fly our pets home, take our travel trailer from its location anywhere it has to go. I mean, those kinds of things. And it's inexpensive, and it's worth its weight in gold to us, because it gives her that sense of security, knowing that she's safe. And it gives me that sense of security, because it would be difficult for her to do that by herself, especially, under the circumstances. So that's an important part. Now, so warranty's a big thing. Check it, read it, understand it. And then push it. I mean, it's there, and see what you can do. I mean, a lot of times if the dealer's good, they'll help you. But they don't, a lot of times they don't have to. I found these yesterday and I'd forgot about them. I got these on Amazon, and I've had them forever. They come in a little green box like this. There's an 8-pack of them. I have no idea who makes them. I think they came made in China. Probably kill me. So anyway, but this is what they look like. And the reason I hadn't used them yet is because when I got them, I misunderstood the instructions. I thought that you had to melt this whole thing with a hairdryer or a heat gun to put on there and melt it for that to hold it. And I thought, I ain't doing that. But after I found them the other day and looked at it, you peel this off. This holds 13 pounds. And I'm telling you, when you have things like hats and all kinds of stuff that I have, these little hooks are worth their weight in gold, as you can see. And here's the beauty of it. What I didn't realize was that you don't have to melt this whole thing. You just have to you peel it off and stick it on. And then when you want to remove it, then you take a hair dryer and heat it up and loosen it up and pull it right off. Utilizing hooks and spaces, that's the hardest thing that we have to do, is to make sure that we've got stuff, organized. And I'll be honest with you, decluttering is difficult. I mean, it really is. Decluttering is the hard part of doing this life on the road. But the other thing about it is it for those of us, we talked a couple of weeks ago about highly sensitive people, HSPs. And, there's something about this lifestyle that if you're one of those kinds of people, that it makes sense to you. And whether that's just on the weekends or whether that's, living full time on the road like Amy and I do, there's a lot of different ways to do it. These are the ways that we think it's best. Now, there's every kind of app in the world on your phone. And one of the things is, especially in a travel trailer RV or in your house too, is when you get ready to hang something up is trying to find a stud. And trying to find a stud can be difficult. Nothing. That's all we got. Trying to find a stud can be just terribly difficult. And you don't want to take a nail and tap along till you find one, tap along till you find one, and do that. So, we bought stud finders. Those were things that you put on the wall and it picks up where the density changes the density of, and it goes off. Of course, I couldn't put it in my pocket. It kept going off all the time, didn't it, Amy? Stud finder. Yeah. Yeah, except it made an awful negative noise. Excuse me. So that being said, it's one of the things that we had to do. And then I saw something yesterday that brought back, sometimes the old way is the best way. So let's say that you don't have that on your phone. You don't have that app on your phone, or you don't want to put it on your phone. Good Lord. And my phone's got, and that's something else. My phone's got so many apps on it. I got 3 phones. Amy's got a phone. Now we got 4 phones. It's got so many apps on it. And let me tell you something. When I purchased that phone, I want to take the app off I don't want on there. Hear me? And when it says that you can't take it off without it messing your phone up and it's popping bubble butt Candyland goofiness that's taking up space, oh, that makes me so mad I can't see straight. But I ain't preaching. Unless you want me to. Swear to hit socks. But that being said, I have no idea where I was headed. I got sidetracked on that, and then there I went. Oh, so instead of putting another app on your phone for the stud finder, or going and buy a stud finder, old school, and I thought, man, what a great thing and what a great tip. If you got a magnet, and most of us got magnets, you got refrigerator magnets, you got some kind of magnet, a decently strong magnet, and just run it across the wall in various locations. I mean, start off and go across like that, and then move down a little bit and go across like that. And you will find the stud because it will find the metal screw or nail that's holding the sheetrock on. Once you find one, you mark it and then move down and you'll find another, and then you've got a straight line. Now, be sure and don't mark it with something that you can't cover up or you can't erase or something like that. Lightly mark it, but that's the way you find it. And that's how we used to do it. We didn't have all that stuff. We used to have to do it. That's the way it had to be done. And so that being the case, using a magnet to find those studs to hang those pictures and make mama happy. That's what we do. And make mama happy here on the Life on the Road with Rick's house. It's all part of it here this morning. She makes that. I drank that whole pot of coffee, my first one by myself. I don't have my snuff. I'm a little wound up this morning. Say it ain't so. So anyway, using a stud, using a magnet to find a stud finder, that's a good stuff. Now, new product alert. And they probably had these for a while, but I never had seen them before. But I think it's just so cool. If you're one of these people that's got these rooftop Jeeps or whatever, but also the big thing that I'm seeing is just a bunch of folks that are taking cargo trailers and building, especially folks our age. We talked a little bit about this a couple of weeks ago. They're taking like a 7 foot wide, 7 foot tall, 14 foot long cargo trailer and making it into a little tiny house so that they can travel. And that's what we're looking to do is we, settle our big trailer down somewhere and then think about we still travel, but travel easier because this thing's getting hard to move. Plus it's our house and we like it and we like the lifestyle. Of course, it still gives us the freedom. You get a butthole neighbor, you can just load up and move away. Say it ain't so. It is so. So you get a neighbor that leaves the light on and puts a pineapple on the doorknob, you can move away.
For those of y'all that don't know what that means, look it up.
It doesn't mean welcome.
Oh, it does mean welcome.
It doesn't mean welcome.
It means welcome. Come on in. Bring your wife. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. We've been and we have seen that. Oh, Lordy.
It's upside down, though. It's
Upside down pineapple, excuse me.
Or flamingos in the yard.
Oh, yeah, listen to this.
Flamingos, that means it's
Nana, Nana out there, Nana, with that marble between your lips. I was talking about my mama wrist her so. If the pineapple is upside down on the lights or on the door, better run, better flee. We just learned this. I didn't know about it. We've seen it. I thought, look at that pineapple. I wonder if they know that's upside down. Look at them pink flamingos. They got a pineapple upside down and pink flamingos. Reckon they're smoking something? Then we found out what that means. Look that up.
We just found out we've been on the road.
Yeah, we've been on the road 5 years. We just found that. 5 years or so, something like that. Anyway, I'll let y'all find that out on your own. Yeah. If you think them neighbors is friendly, there's a reason. Lord help us, we're going to the bad place on the split rail. All right, friends, we got to take one more time out here for the let y'all hear from some of the folks that bring you the Rick's House program. This coffee, I need some more of it. It's awfully good this morning. We'll be right back. You're listening to Rick's House. We're telling you a few things this morning. God bless you. Thank you for joining us on the program. Hang on, youngins. We'll be right back.
Located in the heart of East Tennessee, where they do full service plumbing and repairs. All Clear Plumbing. Wheeler and Daniel, they know how to get the things right in your house. From a broken water pipe to an emergency repair to a water line installed, or maybe something that you never thought a plumber could do. Who do you call? You call All Clear Plumbing. Talk to Wills, All Clear Plumbing. Your choice for plumbing. 865-443-7752.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Piper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, and let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690. 865-599-1690. Permachink Systems, protecting wood for a long, long time. Not only protecting it, but beautifying it, helping it when it's decayed, working with log home people, and also working with homeowners. They have a store on Prosser Road in Knoxville at 1605 Prosser Road at 800-548-3554, or a store in Sevierville, 1357 Dolly Parton Parkway, 865-774-3307. 865-774-3307. Let me tell you what you're going to learn when you get there. Things I didn't know about. How about the Woodsman line of smooth log caulk? The other day I was looking for something that matched wood trim. I only had two choices, not with Permachink: pine, honey, tan, cedar tone, brown, and gray. E-wood, epoxy wood putty that really works. putty that will harden and become just like the wood itself, maybe even better. If you're missing sections of your window sills or frames or furniture or any wood structure, this is the product for you. But maybe it's something smaller. How about epoxy wood paste? Contact PCS today. Call Permacheap Systems today. Toll free 800-548-3554 or at the Sevierville store 865-774-3307 and find out how to make wood better. Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you about our newest sponsor, GFL. That's Green for Life. If you're looking for that dumpster or that roll-off or that piece of equipment that's going to get that debris away from your job site, or just keep things handy around and clean around that big business that you have, GFL wants to be your partner. They want to service you, and they want to take care of you. Locations in Knoxville and Morristown, and you can call them today at 865-475-7777. 865-475-7777. Dean Kings joins me today to tell us about a special offer for Rick's House listeners. Dean.
Yeah, Rick, if they mentioned that they've heard about us on your show or any kind of thing affiliated with your show, we're going to waive our delivery fee for any roll-off box.
And how much is that,
That's
brother?
a $75 savings.
$75 savings right off the bat. So if you're looking for that dumpster or that open-top roll-off, GFL is the company that's got them for you. They want to take care of you, they want to service you, and they do a great job for us. GFL, call them today, 865-475-7777, and mention that you heard them on Rick's House.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. Brother Rick Granetti and the gang. Doing a little Rick's House theme song. Drumetti style. I miss my brother. Man, he can play them drums. Learn playing on Baskin-Robbins ice cream tubs. Went on to have a gold and a platinum album. How about that? Good Saturday morning to you. Thanks for joining us on the program. Appreciate you listening to us this morning. Thank you so much. And, well, I don't know. Let me see. Oh, you're hung up or something. All right. I don't know why that's doing that. That did that earlier to me today, Amy. For y'all listening, let me make sure we're still on I don't know if it's the internet feed or what caused it, but it hung up. See, it's still playing. And it's not stopping. And I don't know why that is. Oh, well, the joys of, there we go. All right. Now we're back at it. Who knows? The more computing I get, the more I realize I don't like that much computing. Like I said all the time, they could have left me at Windows 11 and I'd have been tickled to death. That would have made me happy. So back to the program. Well, thank y'all for listening with me this morning. I got my second win. It's all good. And I can't believe we've already been on this long. Wow. But that's okay because we get to be on with you and we get to come each and every Saturday morning. However, I want to apologize. Last week, I was up all night. Lord have mercy, I was up all night. Worried to death is going to blow us away. Of course, you know, we're in a part of the world we're just now experiencing. So, you know, you want to do that. One of the things that I found that I really like to keep, we're talking about things that you can keep at home and things that you can't. I have become, and I know that I talk about Gorilla Tape They're not a sponsor of this program, but this is Gorilla Tape's regular duct tape. And y'all know that I go inside here and I print on there what it is. If it's like extra thick, extra sturdy, waterproof, whatever, I do that. I don't put anything on the regular duct tape. And it's a great product. It tears good. It works great outside. It's good outside, inside, exterior. Look how straight that tears down the center. I use it all the time, and I highly recommend it. And it's affordable, but that's a good quality tape. I like that one. That's one that we've been using a lot. One of the other things I had to come up with was the slides come in and out. And so what I wanted to do was I needed when I vent stuff through the floor, in the slide, the problem is if it goes beyond the bottom of the floor, if this is the subfloor and it can't stick out below the bottom of the floor, because if it does, then it's going to tear it up. It could tear our floor up. Now, we use the super slides, and I've talked to y'all about that a lot of times. We use the super slides, and they help it to slide across the floor without damaging our flooring that we got in Knoxville Salvage, of course. So that's important that we utilize that. So I began to look for vents that I could utilize, like for air conditioner vents and those kinds of things that were flat. And really, they're kind of difficult to find. So, you know me, I began to think about what I could use. So I started looking for screen, just regular screen. And finding screen that was metal, because I wanted metal. That's what I wanted. I didn't want fiberglass because I'm afraid it would catch something and tear, and it would do that in case, splinter something. So I wanted something metal. So I was looking, and I got to thinking about sheetrock repair for some reason. And this is what's called a self-adhesive sheetrock repair kit. Okay. Wall repair patch. Now, these come in a bunch of different sizes. I got these at Ace Hardware, which I love me some Ace Hardware. And I get my reward points, but I love me some Ace Hardware. And I like this because it was half price. They had them on sale. So let's open this up and let me show you what you got. The problem I was having is I had vented a 6-inch vent through the floor. So I needed something bigger than the standard sheetrock patches were 8 inches. Were 4 inches. It wouldn't work. I needed to go around. So typically what you do is you take this, if you can see the instructions are on the back. You clean the wall, you spread it across the whole of the patch. You cut it to fit, then you put your sheetrock mud around it. Then you put this over top of it. Then you coat it again with spackling. And anytime you can use fiberglass tape, it saves a bunch of time. Now, this is fiberglass tape, which was not my preferred, but you can buy them in metal. But I had to go to fiberglass to get them 8 inches, and this unfolds to exactly the size I need. And you can see that it pulls loose from, there we go. Can you see it? It pulls loose and it lays flat. And then I can take that and tack it with a stapler. And now I've got a vent that snakes can't come in through, because I don't want snakes coming up through, especially in the wintertime, or bugs or anything else, because I needed that type of mesh. So instead of a $25 or $30 vent, I spent $250 with a sheetrock patch. And I needed 2 of them, so $5 versus $60. And that's a Life on the Road with Rick's House tip that I hope you get to use down the line. So I keep those. More products that we like on the program, things that we like to use, which makes a great deal. Amy, could you get me a little coffee, sweet doll? Would you care for me, son? Yeah. I believe it's made. So we appreciate that, and it makes for a great product that you can utilize. I'm learning that, I started off studying this and looking at, and the same one building. I didn't know anything about it. I just decided that I was going to do it. And I had somebody who was working at Whopper Sausage over in Lonsdale. That's good, sweet dog. Thank you. Boys, if you get a good wife, hang on to her, because I'm telling you what, mine puts up with me, and she's awesome. And she's pretty, too. Yeah, she's pretty. Let me show her to you. Here, let me get the... You hear her holler, no! So anyway, but I was over and calling on a guy who's working over at Wampler Sausage over in Lonsdale, Mechanicsville, which I guess that's the Lonsdale side. And I was talking to him, and I said,
I'll say hi, but don't put it on my body.
There's my girl. Hi, baby. Let's see how pretty she is. Chad said, be careful where you store those shoulder boulder straps.
What's that?
Your shoulder boulder straps.
Oh.
Yes, sir. But anyway, and there was a guy working there, and I told him,
I bought good ones and you didn't tear it up.
yeah, that's the truth. If it wouldn't have been a good one, I'd have tore it all to pieces. I'm telling you what, I was getting ready to put my foot on the wall and pull that strap. But anyway, so a guy was working over at Tim Wampler's at the sausage factory, and I was asked, and I asked him, I said, man, I said, how do you get these jobs? And he said, I said, how do you know how to do this? He said, well, if I don't know how to, there comes Boho just a flying across out of that barn. Comes the cat just a flying out of that barn. He's been over there chasing his girlfriend over there, and he's flying just like a maniac coming back over. And he'll come right on in and eat. Oh, did he come in? No. Anyway, so he said, man, he said, I just start bidding them. He said, and I bid it what I think it'll cost and what my materials are, and then and put a little extra in there for somebody knows. And he said, then I do it and learn it. And that's how I started, you know, and you just get out there and try it. What do you do?
He was looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
What?
Because I was going, Boho, and he was laying right behind me.
Oh, he was behind you.
Yeah.
Bring him over here and let him see him, Mama. Y'all haven't seen. Have y'all seen Boho? Y'all saw him up on top of Black Betty.
He got a new collar.
Him got a new collar, and he's so happy.
He needs a friend.
Mama said, there him is, and he got his bell. Show his bow tie. God, we're getting old. We love our kitty. That's your Boho.
Yeah.
He's like, what are y'all doing? I just want something to eat, take a nap. All right. So anyway, that's our number one kitty. But anyhow, and that's how you do it. And that's how you set it up. But one of the things that I've learned is that, you know, everything that we can do, that we improvise, and that's part of, I think that's the fun of the nomadic lifestyle is just being able to improvise and come up with your way that may be different from somebody else's way, but hey, it's your way. And I think that's what makes it special. And that's why we like it. Listen, I want y'all to spend time going to our sponsors and doing business with them. We're so thankful for them. Without them, y'all, we could not do what we do. You know, they're so gracious to us, and we're so happy to talk about them because they support us and allow us to do this. And without them, we'd have to quit because we wouldn't be able to do it and facilitate the program. So thank you so much. And thank you guys that pay us to support us. But as I've told you so many times, and I'll always say, we will not, if I'm talking about them, it's because they're good, and it's not because they're paying me, because I talk about some that don't here and there. But, you know, I'm not going to talk about anybody that I don't believe in. And, you know, you take our folks like Knoxville Salvage and Permachink and GFL, I believe in them wholeheartedly and 1,000% and anybody else that I mentioned. Because they're as good as they come in the industry. Are they perfect? No, but I got news for you. You ain't neither, and nor am I. So that's good stuff on the program. Y'all can always find me during the week at rickshouseradio@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Love to see what you're going. We got a lot of stuff coming up on the program in the future weeks. We got guests. We finally got everything set up and we're situated and just really enjoying that. Went to the Tennessee Tech. I got Tennessee on my mind. Texas Tech yesterday, and we're going to get you some more footage. Thank y'all for supporting us on the reels we put out there. We're going to try to get you more of that. And just going to try to give you stuff that helps you get through your house and through your RV. And if you choose this lifestyle, we want you to do that. If you know somebody we need to know about that needs to be a sponsor on our program, tell them, shoot me an email. We'll check them out. rickshouseradio@gmail.com. Life on the Road with Rick's House. Amy and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And as always, we love you. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Want the good, the bad, and the ugly of home improvement? You found it. This is Rick's House.